Tabor House is in kind of a tough neighborhood, and as one of our early members of our house said, Tabor House is the beacon of light on the corner of broken dreams, and I think it really lives up to that name. And it's a recovery house for men to regain the dignity that they once lost to addiction. That's kind of our tagline. When we first saw this house, it was vacant. It was in foreclosure. It was being used as a crack house and a whorehouse, basically.
And initially hated the place. But when I walked in here, I think this used to be a coal bunker or coal shed. And I stuck my head around one of these doors and kind of seen, it sounds weird, but in my mind's eye, I seen this room, that this could be a prayer room. That was the first kind of positive thing that I thought was going to happen. And
the coal room is the room that used to store the coal that would heat the house. It was the energy source of the house back in the old days. Now it's a prayer room, and we still believe it's the energy source of the house, although not physical material coal, but it's full of spiritual material. This house in particular happened to be a doctor's office at one point. It had a lot of rooms. It has 11 bedrooms in it. We have a couple of common areas too, with TVs where men can hang out and socialize. And we just thought that this house, rehabbed and made into a good living space, would be able to afford men a different kind of environment, a place where they would be able to really have a dignified way of living.
So over a 7-year period, we've had a total population of about 75 people. And of those 75, I want to say the last run, statistically, we got about 75%, 80% sober rate.
I moved here when I was 22. Basically, I was just a total drug addict. I never had a job, never did nothing. But now, like, I'm mentally, spiritually, and like everything, like I'm where I think I should be, or I hope I am at least. And I got a good job. I got a little girl today, which is just crazy to me. She's awesome.
Well, it helped me to be responsible for myself. It helped me to take a look at me and do what I can.
As far as like the help fundraising, we need help. But we need committed people who really believe in the quality of life that comes from recovery. And that can come from a bag of potatoes that you're donating, to time with the guys, to rides, to meetings, to events, to whatever. There's plenty of things everybody can do to help us to help that next guy through the door.
The only money that we get coming in is the rent that the guys pay to live in the house. We have gotten some charitable contributions, not a lot, but now we're looking to really increase our fundraising efforts so that we can put the house on a sounder, financial footing.
I'm not looking to have 15 Tabor houses or make this a global chain thing. It's got to be a God deal. It's got to be the next guy that comes through the door is the most important one. The guy who's in front of you is always going to be the most important one. And I want to know when I put my head on the pillow every night that I did the absolute best I could to help that man improve his life physically, mentally, and spiritually. And that's the absolute truth as far as where do I want to take this in the future.